315. Pick your game up.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. This is Carson. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Carson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Wilson, after the play fake to Carson, rolling to his right. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
On second down now, it's Carson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Now it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A first carry now from Marshawn Lynch. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, G. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now it's Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. They go play action now. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long. Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
A big run there, 29 yards and a first. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Go, get out there, get out there. Here we go, 46. Check 37. 46.
Now they'll let Olawale have have a crack at it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Punching it in from a yard away as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again. And how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. They'll run on first down. Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First down to run with Lynch. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. He's got the Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Flush to his right. Jalen Smith. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, Elliott. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
I got you.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Prescott. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. I got one. Peek in.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Kill.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught at the 10. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Prescott now looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Intended that time for Cooper. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for a Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better. But the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation, probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
From the 39, Wilson flushed out right. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told. But they're still looking at a 4th down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much. Getting outside of the pocket. And it results in a sack. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Prescott on 1st down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tavon Austin. 37 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Now Forbath for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. 17-14. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Lynch. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Lynch. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Wilson wants to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And an alley to run. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And, Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the fourth quarter when you've got the lead. Your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
Rolling to his right. That's caught by Hollister. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Lynch, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They try again with Lynch, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They run. Lynch. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Big D. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
All day, baby, all day.
Here we go, here we go. All right, in. Mike 54. Rip right.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Prescott to throw it. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play here for the Cowboys. 41 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Cowboys 26-yard line.
Hey, here we go. All right, in. Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, defense.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Prescott. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Cooper was the target there.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Check, 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 check. Check, check.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Back to it after the pick six. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Robert Quinn able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
Here we go. 4-8.
Mike by 4. Let's go, D.
26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Robert Quinn able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Here's Austin. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. Pushing his way through and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Hey, kill. 27. 26.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott. Now that's Elliott, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Let's go. Let's do it.
That's the end of the first quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Gun.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. SOS.
That would carry for the big fella. This is Jameis Olawale. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Go to 54. Line 8.
Right there in the middle. 55.
26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
On second down, it's Elliott. A beautiful fake. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Elliott. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
He was brought down by
On second down now, it's Elliott. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7 and a Cowboy first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. Throwing on second and long. Prescott. And his throw here is incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Third and long for Prescott. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott looking deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35 on second down, Prescott. He finds Austin complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here we go. All day, baby. All day. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line 8.
Throwing, Prescott. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Now second and goal from the 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
We're going to 53. 26.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
One receiver to the left is Cooper.
Here we go, 47. I'm coming for you. Mike. 26.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Forbath, the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Forbath descended away now following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
47.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Completes it to Jason Witten. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Elliott running right. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 17-yard line.
On second down, it's Elliott. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On third down, Elliott. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. 10th carry now for Elliott. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now a give, right side. Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. And Forbath will put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Our time. It's our time. Joker, Joker. Joker, Joker. Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Again, it's Elliott. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go. Flying in. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, kill. 26.
On 3rd down, Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40. A big run that time by Elliott. And even 50 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here go 46.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long.
Here go 47.
It's going to be a long day. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Motion. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he
A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Forbath is sent it away now following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Get the ball.
On the counter, Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Got you, boy. I got you, boy. Check safety, check safety.
They go to Elliott again. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Throwing here, Prescott. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Prescott off play action. He'll let it fly for Austin. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb there to make the grab. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want...
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To try again after the sack. Prescott, they'll set up the screen to Elliott. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.